That time of year again. Everyone is preparing for Halloween. Apparently, Connie has developed a new habit. She is now a chatty patty, spreading unnecessary rumors and gossip about any and everybody. The major thing she gossips about is people in Bluffington being undercover vampires. The first suspect the kids suspect is the teacher, Miss Crystal. Miss Crystal is an English teacher and can be very eccentric. She can really get into character when reviewing books. Honey then suspects the maintenance worker as the vampire until he expresses to the principal that he is scared of bats. They move on from this maintenance man theory and now suspect that the band teacher could be the vampire. Connie then spreads another rumor that the other school has plans to steal their band routines, making the band teacher even more paranoid. The band teacher gives us a random backstory of how the band teacher from the other school sabotaged his band concert in the 3rd grade. Damn, bro! This is how he looked in the 3rd grade? My man's needed a better skincare routine. So his rival switched his music sheet, making him play the wrong notes, making a mockery of him in front of the whole school. Homeboy looks like he need a better skincare routine too. Why do these kids look like they are already at the retirement age? Doug thinks about who could be the vampire. They think the person would be hanging in the makeshift bat tower. Unfortunately, Skeeter is the one at the tower at the moment, which causes them to panic, believing that he is the vampire. Doug couldn't believe his eyes. Now he's kicking it with Skeeter in the room playing video games and asks Skeeter for a glass of water. Little does Skeeter know, this was a misdirection for Doug to go through Skeeter's things to find evidence supporting that he is in fact a vampire. Doug eventually finds a casket, but not just any ordinary casket, but a vampire casket. He also finds a vampire day planner on top. Doug goes through the planner and sees that there is a list of people that he needs to bite. Doug sees Patty's name on the list and immediately freaks out. Dougie books it to Patty's house and yells
to her window, the Skeeter is the vampire. He is going to try to bite you at precisely 11:32. Patty
thinks Dougie is goofy for saying that and laughs hysterically while suddenly turning into a bat, informing Dougie that she was already bit and that he's next on the list. Out of nowhere, the whole gang are now vampires ganking up on Dougie to be the next victim. Of course, this was all just a dream. The next day, the gang is talking about vampires again, and Skeeter walks up to the gang and assures them that there are no such thing as vampires. Everyone was convinced until Skunky pulls up to tell everybody that himself and Doug spotted Skeeter at the Bat Tower. This raises suspicion. Dougie was trying to keep this info to himself, knowing how the kids would react, but Skunky had other plans. Connie, of course, runs with this information and accuses Skeeter of being the vampire. Now this information is getting out to the whole school. Dougie tries to defend Skeeter, explaining that they have no evidence for him being a vampire. Somehow Roger acquired all of this vampire detection technology, as well as some tidy whities with his face on it. That's crazy, my G. Roger and the gang pull up at Dougie's house, telling him we
all took a vote to stay away from Skeeter.
Doug needs an explanation on how we got here. What do you mean, bro? What bad things has Skeeter ever done to us for him to be treated like this?
Roger answers. He invited all of us to his house on Halloween, the scariest night of the year. He's really trying to trap all of us, and I'm not going for it.
So the groupthink mentality overtakes Dougie's good sense. Roger says if you talk to Skeeter, then none of us will talk to you. Meanwhile, Doug's mom informs him that Skeeter wants to talk to him. So Dougie has to make a crucial decision in front of everybody. Doug ends up going along with the group and tells his mom to tell Skeeter that he stepped out. The mom is shocked by Dougie's decision. Real question, where are they even going? Why are they rolling deep like this? Roger is hosting an anti-vampire party on the same night as Skeeter's party. Even Dougie pulled up to Roger's party instead of Skeeter. Dougie, feeling uneasy about his decision, contemplates calling Skeeter to check on him. Meanwhile, Skeeter is alone in his basement. Not one person pulled up to this event. His dad had to pull up and was confused because he thought he was having a party. I thought your friends would have pulled up to kick it with you, bro. Like, Skeeter expresses to his dad that he no longer has friends. He thought if he threw a party, he would be liked again. He expresses that even Dougie didn't show up and he's supposed to be my best friend. Doug continues to contemplate his decision and imagines how life would be without Skeeter and realizes how boring life would be. Doug has had it and lets Connie know her rumors have been unproductive. If you were wrong about all those things, then you're probably wrong about Skeeter. Doug ditches the party and Roger convinces the rest of the group to prevent Dougie from making contact with Skeeter. This is to prevent the vampire spread. Dougie thinks for a moment he convinced everyone to come with him to Skeeter's party. Doug quickly realizes that that was not the case at all. Doug finally makes it to Skeeter's house as well as the angry mob followed behind him. Doug quickly tells Skeeter that everyone thinks he's a vampire. Skeeter immediately activates his bat decorations, which scares the mob. Patty finally makes it to the house and realizes the bats are fake and tells the gang that he's not a vampire. Connie had to admit that she spread the rumor of Skeeter being a vampire. Meanwhile, Roger pretends as if he wasn't scared. Moral of the story: Doug realizes the power of words and perception, and that you should be very careful about what you say about people, especially your friends.